NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Hurts to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Hurts finding Goedert there. First down. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rally to a on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. That's hard to slide there to avoid the big hit. And it's a small gain on the play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Rushes past him. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
It's all about making steady progress downfield. Hoping to lead to those points. You can build natural play calls. Or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
this. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And now a little across the 25 to the 27. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd, and he'll be brought down right around the 30. One that's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. That's a 39-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. First down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not
is involved in this game early, aren't they? go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back though and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game.
Up and making a big play, I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing is Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Madden. Hurts and the Eagles come up. Throwing is Hurts. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field. So he puts his foot in the ground and brings to the out, to the sideline, and make the catch.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. How about the guy who made the play? We often talk about when they take a good first step or not. Anytime you don't take any steps, get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's a surprising defense there, Parker. That is a rare incompletion for them. He's been on point this entire game.
It has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll leave the 39 here for Hurts. This is 3rd down. Slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down at about the 20. passes by him and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do.
And he's in. Touchdown.
Throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done.
Play action, Cousins. Finds his tight end Oliver here outright. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Cousins. Try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Cousins now from the 50. First and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing, Cousins. This goes out wide from Madison. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. They can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steamroll, boy, then you get real trouble trying to get him down. To open up.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick. Pre-game warm-up. For his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
He was taken down by a safety of Cornwall. A loss of 2. Brings up 3rd and 10.
they become even more difficult to stop.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So 1st and 10 now. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Have the 1st down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He must be very good about checking my gap. Will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Hopes that much more difficult.
Elliott good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this 1st half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. 9 seconds to play, and likely the final snap of the first half. It's 1st and 10. Well, indeed, start on the ground to run that clock. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Now out comes Minnesota. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half. Cousins. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Grossman and our BD Sports Halftime Report. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face in the second half. They have to really question few teams in general NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Avonte Madden.
Take off.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Hey, check my 33. Check.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. Throw right side. Caught by Goddard, the tight end. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. With a tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a touchdown.
Swift going to drive up the middle. Able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 with that 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with 7 and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying out scared or staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards at first down, that fits the bill.
Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he's fortunate to get what he did on that run.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. With 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Eagles take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Elliott now to have the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. after the touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nwonger now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25. Actually, the 26 officially. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We haven't exactly been treated to a nail biter in this one, CB. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all over. I say, did you feel like people are starting to think about the guy in traffic? Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And here's Ryan Wright now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They're going to look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've got their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design,
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's third down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
On third down, Cousins. That's complete to K.J. Osborne. This one across the 30-yard line. 17 yards is a pickup there for number 17.
Maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, the entire game because that worked well. This offense did not look particularly good all game long. Nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And this will be a Vikings first down as good running gets him to about the 44. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here's Cousins. Time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones who need to touch the ball.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's out to the flat for Swift. Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Following the interception, Cousins, and his throw is incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Now we give to Madison. And he's going to take this close to the first down markers. He's stopped at the Eagles 25.
That's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's a gain of 20. as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They got this hero struggle with key moments, but that's a nice throw. That's a throw after the throw, and they're set up now to put a first and goal.
Here's Madison running on first down. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. It's on EA Sports. Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Another carry now for Madison. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on. And that's going to get called every time.
Face mask moves him closer, and now first and goal. Madison is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. Put it across.
All they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25.
35. Vikings 10.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here to definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well.
But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking. They're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they can let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's a toss play right to Swift. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 3rd down, now he's
momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. They completed it all right and lost yardage.
Frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen.
32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
If they continue to rip off yardage like this.
A handoff, Swift running to the left, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time it looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Bronco 80.
On third down, here comes Swift. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4. Hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button.
First and 10, Cousins. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Cousins now. Open man is Osborne. He's got him. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we'll take a break. As they've got the connection working, his second catch in a row, first down.
At the 3-yard line.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. Obviously not the case. And how about just how just all of a sudden, here it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well.
that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.